I have found Animation Addons, an amazing plugin. I've been testing it for a while now. It's full of so many widgets, extensions, websites that are already built for you. It's absolutely amazing. Adding GSAP animations to a WordPress website, Elementor website, can be a nightmare. Yes, maybe I make it look like it's easy, but honestly, these videos take forever, because the code snippets need to work with the code of Elementor, with the code of other plugins, with the code of WordPress. So there's a lot going in the back end that you don't really see. And I have been trying to look for better options for you guys, especially if you don't want to go too crazy with animations, or you are just focusing on web design and don't want to have the actual headache of debugging code snippet. If something happens, there's an update in either WordPress or Elementor. There's so much more to explore. One thing we're gonna look at, because I know everyone is very focused still on GSAP animations, and these are the best to date. We're gonna look at a small example of what you can do with this plugin and with the GSAP extensions and widgets. So let's get into it. All right, so here we are on the website of Animation Addons. As you can see, there are a lot of things happening here. Everything is animated with GSAP, okay? So if you scroll down the page, you will see that everything is an example of what you can do with the plugin. Also, if you see here, as you scroll to the page, you get 200 plus pre-built website templates, and all of them I have looked through, not through all of them obviously, but through some, they have GSAP animations added on. This is something quite unique. There are templates everywhere, you can get templates everywhere, but these ones have GSAP animations, which in our world, it makes them much better, more interactive. Yeah, so if that's something that you like, and I'm sure you do, this is something for you. All right, so let's continue scrolling and look at this. Yes, so this is done with Animation Addons with the GSAP extensions, okay? Look at this. How fabulous are these? And also the page has a smooth scrolling added to it. Amazing again, yeah? All right, so let's scroll down. And here we are at the pricing, okay? You can switch between annual or lifetime. This is amazing. Look at this. 400 sites. If you're an agency, this is a no-brainer, okay? This is $349.5. This is, in my opinion, if you really want to move fast and, you know, we don't want to break things, this is a great option, in my opinion. As I said, you have to try it. Test it yourself. I will show you how it works in general, but you need to give it a try yourself. And the difference between 10 sites and 100 sites, it's huge, right? So the price, I would go with the 100 sites, especially if you're building a lot. I think this is absolutely fantastic. You can see here what you're getting for all the plans. Yeah, all the plans include access to ready-to-use sites, sections as well, amazing advanced GSAP animation builder, preset animation library, and so on and so forth. You can see here what you're getting. So you get the scroll trigger animations, what we are doing on this channel a lot, smooth scrolling, split text as well, horizontal scrolling, draw SVG, which we have not done. I think maybe we did one video, I'm not sure, but yeah, pin elements and scroll. So basically it's everything that we're doing on this channel. And you can also compare the features if you want. Look at this. Guys, this is fantastic. Seriously, how do they do this? All right, we need to look into this, but in another video. How cool is this? This is exactly what we are looking for on this channel, for this kind of effects to build. So you have a few FAQs here if you are interested to read more or you have questions, but I want to focus on the next thing, which is important, because although you don't have to be a technical person to use any of these extensions widgets, you still need some help in how to use them on the page, in the builders, in Elementor, for example. Yeah, because obviously it's different than if you just copy paste some code snippet. So let's see what GSAP features does Animation Addons offer. As we said, scroll trigger, scroll smoother, motion path, morph SVG, draw SVG, time animations, etc., etc., etc. And they're fully integrated into Elementor with no code needed. Okay. Anyway, so do I need coding skills to use animation? Because we said that earlier, not at all. But again, you still have to read the documentation, which we are going to be doing next step, okay? If you have more questions, you can contact them. But let's go to the documentation, and you will see that you have access to the documentation from the plugin in your dashboard. Okay, I will show you how to get to do each documentation, explanation, whatever, for each widget or extension. Okay, so as you can see, you have all the details here. So let's go to GSAP extensions, because this is what we care about right now. Okay, easy. So what we are going to focus is the horizontal scroll extension documentation. We're gonna have a longer and more detailed video next time, where we're gonna animate a few more elements on the page, a Words website that we are building, the clone. So let's go to horizontal scroll extension documentation. And this is very easy to follow. As I said, it tells you what requirements are required from you. So make sure Animation Addons is installed and active on your WordPress site before you start. Step by step, it's very, very easy to follow up. So now let's get into our dashboard in the backend and see how things work from there. All right, so just like with Elementor and Elementor Pro, you need Animation Addons free to add Animation Addons Pro, okay? You cannot add Animation Addons Pro without Animation Addons free. All right, just a disclaimer there. Okay, and you will see once you have installed it that it will appear right here. Okay, so the way you install it, it's basically the same way you install Elementor. Let me just show you, because if you don't know, I will show you. So this is it. Okay, and as I already have it installed, I don't have to go through this again. As you can see also, they work on this plugin. It has been updated 1 day ago. So it's maintained, it's, you know, taken care of. And to add Animation Addons Pro, you would just go here to upload the plugin, choose a file, and add your Animation Addons plugin zip file. Okay, just drag it in here and go through the steps to install it, activate it, and etc. Just like with Elementor Pro, as exactly the same steps. Okay, once you have uploaded both plugins, you will go here. It will appear here on your left hand side in your dashboard, and you will see that you have access to settings, page import. I'll show you what that is: custom fonts, CPT builder, custom icons, animation builder, code snippets, and theme builder. We want to go to settings, and you will go through the following steps. Okay, since I already have done that, I will have this on the screen to show you quickly how to do it, but it's very simple, very easy to go through. It's very self-explanatory. So once that is done, you will be prompted to this dashboard. Okay, it has its own dashboard. It's a lot of information. First of all, what you need to do is add your Animation Addons license. Otherwise, you will not be able to access the pro version of the plugin. Okay, so once that is done, you can, if you want, go and watch the beginner's guide on how to use Animation Addons. Okay, there is a lot to explain. I don't want to make this video too long and too boring, because they already you already have access to information here. Okay, you can access the documentation from here as well, but you can also access the documentation for each widget and each extension. Let's go to widgets. I have everything turned on because I wanted to explore more things. Yeah, so as you can see, I have everything turned on. But if you don't, or you are not going to use any of this, just turn this off. I'm gonna turn it on, but turn it off and just turn on the widgets that you want to use or explore. Okay, you don't want to make your website too slow. And as you can see, we have all the widgets here. You can also go through each type of widget for animations, for example, sliders, dynamic, form, etc., etc. As you see, everything is turned on. Okay, video, for example, as well. You have more options for videos than you would have in Elementor, just the simple widget they have. as an option. So you also have advanced widgets here. Honestly, it's absolutely insane how many options there are, and you have to explore all this. It will take you a long time, honestly. There's some amazing options, as I said. I am really, really impressed. And as I said, you can access the documentation for each individually. First of all, if you don't understand what is, for example, a video box style slide would be, you would go to the documentation to see how to apply it, but also you can preview it. So, for example, let's have a look at this one, okay? I'm really curious what it is because obviously I did not explore everything. So this is cool, okay? Let's see what happens. Okay, so there are different types of video boxes. Let's see what happens. Wow, that was fancy. This one, what happens? It's the same. But basically the slider has a different kind of navigation, okay? This is a little bit more extensive. And then you can go and read the documentation for the box slider. Let's see this one, the typewriter, for example. Okay, that is cool as well. Oh, let's see this one, a GSAP one. These ones are so cool. This is fabulous. I love that. Let's go to extensions, okay? So here we have GSAP extensions and general extensions. We are more interested in GSAP extensions. I'm going to turn this off because it's going to be a lot of, not clutter necessarily, but a lot of visual things happening in the Elementor editor. You will see what I mean. So we are going to have only the GSAP extensions enabled because this is what we want, okay? So you will see here that you can choose between the free and the pro, or free and pro extensions. So the same stands for the widgets. You can choose to see which widgets are included in the free version and in the pro version, okay? And in both versions. Same as with the extensions. All right, so here you can see if you select the GSAP extension button, you will see that you have the scroll smoother, and if you click here to open it, you have animation, image animation. I'm not sure what this is, but it doesn't have a preview, so we can see sticky elements and text animation. Okay, so these are scroll smoother effects. I'm really curious about this one. Let's see what this does. And basically you have to go through all this to really get an idea. Okay, so that's this. That looked really, really good. It's very nice and it's very, very smooth. Oh, this is nice. I mean, these are pretty cool, right? And yes, we do this effect as well, but if you are to incorporate more, and I've kind of showed that in a previous video where we built the landing page, that is not that easy to add so many GSAP effects on one page only. And you really need to know what you're doing, otherwise it's going to mess up everything. So you have to enable this for it to appear as an option in the backend, in the Elementor editor. Okay, the same with all the effects, scroll triggers. I was not sure why my scroll trigger horizontal was not appearing in the backend, but I only had this enabled, and once I opened it, this was not enabled. I don't know why. Anyway, so make sure that if it doesn't appear in the Elementor editor, that you open it and you turn it on if it's not on. Okay, the same with everything that you want to use. So I have everything on. This is not available yet, it's coming soon, just for demonstration purposes. But obviously if you're not going to be using all of this, then don't. Yeah, just have the ones that you want to use. Okay, that's it. And whatever widget that I want to use from here. So the next thing that we want to look at is this free versus pro. Okay, what features are included in the free side and the pro side. So as you can see, for the free side, still it's very generous. You get 20 templates opposed to 200 templates in the pro side, and basically a lot of things you still get for free. Yes, you don't get GSAP. GSAP is not included in the free version, but you do get smooth scrolling, basic. Yeah, but still you get quite a lot of other things included in the free version. I think they're super generous. Anyway, so let's see the integration. You need to enable the GSAP library. And oh, they even have draggable as well. Scramble. You know, these are draggable, scramble, obviously scroll to motion path. I think we didn't do yet. Flip we did. Text obviously we did. Split text we did. Scroll trigger obviously, because that's so important in GSAP. So make sure that you save all your settings once you have made changes. Let's go and see what these starter templates are. Of course, if you want, you can search for a template if you have something specific. For example, let's say if they have something for interior design. Oh, they actually have quite a few. So look at that. I really like what is going on here. So basically, you can, if you have a completely blank website, yeah, let's say you have imported all your plugins that you're using, Elementor Pro, Animation Addons, obviously, and you want to add just a template on the website, you're not going to build anything, you can simply import the template, okay? I'm not gonna, because I already have a page on it, but what you can do is go and click import. First of all, let's go have a review. So I'm gonna go with this one, a preview, not review. And that was pretty cool. Let's see, the menu. As you can see, these are things that we do on our website. This is really cool. On our channel, on the channel. And you can download it from here if you want, and you can live copy it. I don't know if you remember or not, but we have done something similar, this type of effect, a few years ago, I guess, by now. Look at that, how cool these animations are. And this is what I meant when I said you get these GSAP animations on their templates. This is exactly what I meant. I think it's pretty nice. Let's see. Oh, look at the button. I'll show you a button on a demonstration. Let's see what I have. Services. Cool button. We've done something similar as well. And as you can see, my mouse has a little thing attached to it. Again, something that we have done on this channel as animation. Yeah, you can explore it yourself. I will leave a link, Animation Addons, so you can explore it in your own time, obviously. But absolutely cool, right? So if you have a client that just wants something simple, you can do this for them, and it's a no-brainer. Honestly, look at this, how many times this has been downloaded, and this one. This is crazy. And you can select or choose from so many types of templates. I think this is pretty cool, and as I said, they are really worth exploring. Okay, now let's go quickly into an example. All right, we are in the Elementor editor, and you will see here that I have already added the button, was playing around with the effect. But the most surprising thing is what you see here on the left hand side of your editor. How many widgets do we have here? This is crazy. That's what I meant when I said do not enable them all, because this is what will happen. Yeah, now if we want to use the Elementor editor, we have to close them all. Yeah, because there are many. And here we are at the layout and the basics and the pro widgets of Elementor, okay? So just so you know, easy with that. All right, so let me just click on this button, okay? So if you want to add a button, let me just go and look for it. Let's go to type button, and this is the button that I drag on there. So it's called advanced button, okay? So if you add it on, you will see that it comes out just like this. Let me just delete this one. And if you hover over it, it has this fun effect that you see only on this GSAP website. So let me just click on it, and you will see here that under content, you get to choose a different style. And it has 8 styles. This is insane. So we're gonna go through all of them, because how cool are these effects? Yeah. And imagine how, look at this. We did something like this. It was very complicated to, I think, maintain it. I think right now it's a little bit broken, the code. I need to update it. But this is what I mean. Sometimes things break because Elementor does updates. So this is an option, really a very good option. I love it. I really love it. 4. Let's see what we have here. Cool, right? Look at that arrow. You don't, like, how amazing is that? And you still have the option to change the position of the arrow if you want, which is in this case actually better. And of course, change the text on your button, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to explore this one. Oh, this is so cool. This is so cool. And this, you see in these Webflow websites that, you know, they have been coded with GSAP. I wouldn't know where to start to make this buttoning with GSAP, honestly. And not to mention, if you want to do this with CSS or add some, I think you would need some JavaScript in this case. That's going to be so complicated, and I don't really know if necessarily worthwhile. But using this, it just, you know, makes sense. And then on the other side, yeah. And 7, outline. Let's see what we have here. Cool. What else is different? That's it. And you can change the icon if you want. And the last one, it is this one. Yeah. And then the style is basically the same. Very cool. And that's it. I think this is pretty cool. And I will be probably replacing the buttons here as well with this one. I don't know, but I think that would be quite cool to have. All right, so let's get into a small example, and we're gonna do the text reveal because this is what we did the first time on this channel with GSAP, and it was quite well received. And yes, it was a little bit, it was something that it was new at the time. So if you have a heading on your page, you can simply select that heading. And if you have enabled the GSAP extensions in Animation Addons, as I showed you earlier, you'll see that you have this option here, and it's called text animation. And you can open it. And then you can choose between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 animation types, okay? So we are gonna go with the one that we did the first time, as I said, and that was a text reveal on page load, okay? And as you can see, you have the option to change the delay, duration, and stagger, and these are not new things that you see here. Right? If you have looked at the code that I give you for this kind of animations, you will see that you have these terms in there. It's nothing new. So it's nothing that you have to, like, you know, be, oh my God, oh, this is so scary, I don't know how to do it. So you can simply play with the settings, and you can change the settings as you want, as you like, as it works for you, okay? You also have the option to change the trigger here to scroll. Yeah, usually we have on page load or scroll. Right now, I'm going to leave it on page load because I have it in the hero section. Yeah, the text. We're going to look at the scroll animation in a bit. Let's just publish and let's have a look at this one. Okay. I mean, it's fantastic, right? How easy was that? We didn't have to do much. We just turn on the animation and it's done for you, okay? So let's look at another heading. So this one is going to be the on scroll. And I like this animation. This is actually really, really nice. And I think we did not do this on this channel yet. So let me just update that. How smooth is that one? I simply love it. Love it, love it, love it so much. You have the option to choose text wrapper custom. This is a little bit more complex, and we have done this as well. I'm not going to go right now into it, but know that you can play around with this, okay? All right, so I'm going to go and choose another animation just for, you know, demonstration purposes. So let's see this one, text move, okay? I'm not going to change any of these settings. Let's just see what happens. How cool was that one, right? And I think honestly that these are so easy to do, so easy to make. And as you can see, you don't need to be technical. You just play a little bit with the settings. If you see that it's loading too slow or it takes time to appear on the page, you can simply play around with the delay. This is the setting that will make your animation come on the page faster or, you know, slower. I mean, how easy was to incorporate? Like, you just add your elements to the page and then you just turn on some things and it works. I think it's Absolutely amazing. Okay, so stay tuned for a better, more in-depth video where we are going to look at more effects, different effects combined on a page, and probably it's going to be on this website that we have cloned. And I'm going to be adding more pages to this website, and we're going to make it look very, very nice and very GSAP-y. So stay tuned.